things that's really changed since March or April of 2020 has been the ability for folks to go out and go to conventions and pick up games. Game hunting has drastically changed, and that is where I've found services such as Video Games Monthly to be really, really helpful and useful. They offer a really nice service where you can have anywhere from 3 to 10 games delivered right to your front door, and that includes everything from, handhelds like the Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Color, the Game Gear, to home systems like the Atari 2600, the NES, the Super NES, even import systems as well like the Super Famicom. You can even now get PS4 and Xbox One games available through Video Games Monthly. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rocksaw Productions. I thank you for stopping by and checking out our latest episode. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoy what we're going to show you here today. This is our Video Games Monthly box for the month of December 2021, and before the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how 2 of you can enter for a chance to win a box of your very own. So basically the plan that I subscribe to here, this is the 5 and Up plan, which is $44.99 per month and includes 5 games plus shipping and handling charges, generally about $7 or $8 on top of that. So this box cost me about $52 to $53. Now, I did make some changes from my previous month's selection. If you want to check out those videos, I'll have those linked for you right up there. Now, what I was looking for originally was I wanted to add Saturn titles to my library. You can go on and add up to 200 games to any single system that you're looking for. And if you have more than 200 games in any one console, just email them. They can go ahead and update you manually. The reason why they do that and they cap you at 200 is to make sure that people aren't just going in there and selecting the really expensive games for one system, and if they can't send it to you, they don't want you to feel ripped off, but at the same point, they don't want you ripping them off either. So I went in looking to add Saturn games. I was actually surprised to see they don't offer them. So come on guys, add the Saturn games. Thanks. So we did take off, I believe we took off the Famicom, the N64, and I may have even taken off the NES from at least the systems that I was looking to collect for this month. So this should be a very different sort of box. And I will say, sounds like some discs in here. Definitely sounds like some discs. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to hit the table and check and see what exactly we got, and we're also going to check out the condition of each of these games too. Come on, let's go get started. All right, so let's dive into this month's box, and we are going to do it as a blind draw, and a little bit more of a blind draw than what we've done in the past because we have our new camera mount there that we're getting a more direct top-down look, so hopefully you all like it. Let's see what we have in here for cards and information and everything. Ooh. 15% off retro gaming book signed by the author Brett Weiss, the NES Omnibus, the 100 greatest console video games. Use code VGM15 to go ahead and take advantage of that. What else do we have? We have a 1-up, so there should be 6 games in here, not 5. Let's see. Win 3 games. Post your box to social media for a chance to win 3 free games in your next box. Video Games Monthly chooses 1 random winner each and every month, and they don't choose Tony from Back in the Day Gamer. Alright, got anything else? Nothing else. So let's pick out our first game. Feels like a disc game for the Xbox One. This is Rocket Arena Mythic Edition. This is actually something that was free on PlayStation Now or PlayStation Plus, but it is sealed, so that's interesting. Now, one bummer I see already on here, requires Xbox Live Gold. I believe this is kind of like a Rocket League where you have to have, it's basically just an online game, so we will pop up the value for you as well so you can see what exactly this is worth. For me, I don't really get into a lot of these Battle Royale games, so not a huge win for me. Let's see what else we have. Another disc game. More green. Fade to Silence. I have never heard of this. Let's see. Fade to Silence takes players into a frozen post-apocalyptic world where Defying nature's threats and enemies is a key, okay? It is a single-player game, and it is, again, sealed. We'll, once again, throw the value up on screen, so interesting. Looks like we've got, or feels like we've got another disc-based game. PS4. Oh, Borderlands 3. I think this is the second or third time I've gotten Borderlands from them. I don't know that it is... well, I know this one is sealed, but cool thing, first of all, PS5 Upgrade available. I think what I got before was Borderlands 2 or 3 for the PlayStation 3, actually. So 3 sealed games for the Xbox One and the PS4. Let's see what we got here. Another disc-based game. This is The Police. Sealed again. Another THQ Nordic game too. I know this is available on pretty much all platforms. So interesting, we got a lot of PS4, PS5 games. So there's 4. Looks like, or feels like we got a couple cartridges here. So let's pull out our first one. And it is... This is, looks like to be the Japanese version of Zelda Majora's Mask. I was going to say Ocarina of Time, but no, that's Majora's Mask. Very, very cool. And this we'll take apart in a moment just to open up to kind of see how clean the pins and everything are. I will admit, I am not the biggest N64 Zelda fan. Surprise, right? And our last game feels like a Genesis game. It is... Well, we're going to have dinosaur farts on this one. Primal Rage. Yeah, I don't know that, I know for a fact I don't have this one in my cartridge, or my collection. Does have a kind of tampering sticker seal on here. So just at face value, let's just make sure now that there's nothing else in here. Yeah, nothing else in here. At face value, just as far as what I would play and whatnot, this is not a great box for me, just for the games that I like, but that's one of the things about the blind draw. There's 4 sealed games here. Now, I don't think Rocket Arena is worth much. I don't think Borderlands is worth much. I honestly don't think This is The Police is worth much. I'll, again, look up the values here in a moment. Fade to Silence. This one is definitely interesting. I want to check out, but we shall go ahead now. And we are going to open up our 2 cartridge-based games and check and see how the pins look. Before we open these 2 guys up, I do want to show you all 2 really cool things I just got in the mail yesterday from our good friend Jay at Square Pegs. Sorry, Jay, Square Pegs. Let me have it.
It's Square Pegs, Gary. I am Jay. The channel is Square Pegs. It's not that hard to remember, dude. Come on, boomer.
If you haven't done so, make sure you go ahead and check him out. He's got great content and a great channel. So he sent me 2 more tin signs. I've shown you recently the Milwaukee Brewers one. He sent me a Legend of Zelda one and Adventure of Link. I thought it was appropriate to kind of show these off, especially since we do have Majora's Mask here, which is what we are going to start out with. Now, first things first is you will need what is called a security bit or a game bit, and we have those guys right here. Well, let me rephrase that. You don't need a security bit or a game bit. To do what I'm going to do here, I'm going to need them. But what you can do, all I'm going to do before I put this into my system is I'm going to go ahead and give it a good thorough cleaning. And these 1-Up cleaning cards work great for doing this. It has a fluid side and a dry side, and it has its own little bottle of cleaner here too. Let's go ahead, bring you in a little bit closer. First things first, I am going to go ahead and just clean it with the 1-Up cleaning card, see what I get coming out of it here. Now, the new redesigned versions are a lot thinner. The older ones would not fit as well in the N64, so I used to use the Game Boy ones in here. If you've watched our videos for any period of time, you've probably seen me do that. We are getting a decent amount of dirt out of here. Now, you're not getting a whole lot of motion versus like what this will do on an N60 or in a Super NES or a Nintendo Entertainment System cartridge, but we're still getting a decent amount of back and forth. We're just flipping around, hitting the dry side with it. Okay, that doesn't look terrible, but still, again, just for comparison's sake, we are going to go ahead and open this up. And this uses a 3.8 millimeter game bit. For N64 cartridges, there's also an RF shield on the inside that uses a jeweler-sized Phillips screwdriver. I don't think I'm going to have to take this apart that far. I just want to show you the pins because at least from the outside, they did not look too terrible. So there's that RF shield. And again, taking a look at the pins down into the board right there, they actually look pretty rock solid. Yeah, but normally if you need to take this any further apart and take the board out, there's a Phillips screw there, a Phillips screw there to go ahead and pop that out. This actually looks pretty good. There's no dust bunnies or anything, and the nice thing too is I'm not noticing a whole lot of discoloration from the front to back. A lot of times, especially on the Japanese systems, you can see their cartridges are discolored differently on the back than to the front. The Super Famicom cartridges are really bad for some reason at that, and I don't know why. So we're going to go ahead and snap this guy back together. There are 2 tabs on the bottom that you'll need to align to get that back together. But overall, we're going to just put it in our system like this, and it should play without a problem. And now all we have to do is put our screws back in. And then for this, what I always do is I unscrew slightly before screwing back in. That just makes sure that the threads align properly and that I'm not cutting new threads as I go ahead and get that screwed back together. That's a good looking label on there too. This is overall a really good looking copy of Majora's Mask. Not bad. Now, Genesis games can sometimes use 3.8 millimeter. They can sometimes use a it's either 4.3 or 4.5. I can't remember. I've got it here. We're going to just pop this guy open. And I do apologize, but we will be voiding this warranty sticker. And maybe we don't have to. Let's see if we can carefully do this where it doesn't pop that off, but I don't think there's much of a chance of that. If you've never seen the inside of a Genesis cartridge, here you go. And normally I would say don't touch the PCB like I just did there, but we're going to be cleaning this anyways. Does have a significant amount of dirt here on these pins, and it does look possibly like there's damage to that pin right there. I'm going to take a closer look. I can't quite tell if that's supposed to be missing, if that's the way that it was put on the board or not. Looking on the other side, you can see quite a bit of dirt here. Now, I can use that same 1-up card that I just had. I don't have to apply any more fluid to it, and I can just go ahead and buff that out. And I can already see a lot of that gunk is coming off, which is good. That's what you want. You want to keep, the main reason I'm doing this is I want to keep all of that gunk and dirt and garbage out of my system, especially because I'm not using this just in any old Sega Genesis or clone system. This is going into a JVC XI, and I want that system to last as long as it possibly can. And that looks a heck of a lot better. Still got a little bit on this left side here up front. Now, if you like these 1-up cleaning cards, I highly recommend them. I'm friends with Adam, the owner of the company, and we became friends because I believe in his product. He makes good stuff. Make sure you check out CastlemaniaGames.com. They carry the entire lineup, not just of the cleaning cards. So he's got the cleaning cards themselves. He's got the Game Boy cleaning cards. He's also got the cleaners. Look at all that for the systems too, which I highly, highly recommend cleaning your system like just once a month. It's true that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Look at all that gunk we're getting off on that pad. And I see that same kind of pin. Oh, no, that was this side. Never mind. Yeah, getting quite a bit off of here. I don't think I need to Bright Boy either of these. And if you're not familiar with Bright Boy, so many people early in the days of retro gaming were using Bright Boy, a brass polisher, to clean up the pins of games that were like really not wanting to play. Well, and this is not to be arrogant, but I introduced into the community a cleaner called Bright Boy, and we're going to reassemble our cartridge here. And Bright Boy has a lot of the same characteristics as Brasso. It is a metal polish, but unlike Brasso, it is not an abrasive. We found Bright Boy, when I say that, I mean there was a group of RC racers that I know from Burien, Washington, who used to race at Burien Toyota, the car dealership there. and they would smoke us at events with these motors that it was a handout motor that you couldn't do much to, but our motors would start out quick, but as the event weekend went on, our motors were not as strong at the end of the event as it was at the beginning. Theirs were. What we found out later on was they were using this Bright Boy because it got in, it really cleaned up the copper on the commutators, on the motors themselves, cleaned up the brushes and everything too, and it didn't leave a residue, so it did not inhibit current flow, and it also flushed out of the motors a lot easier too. I tried it on some retro video games that I couldn't get working, and they worked, and this looks like it'll work just fine. Let's go ahead and wrap things up. Well, I gotta say, in terms of value for what we spent, I think in the end it was about $57 with shipping. It was either $57 or $52. To the value of the games, this is the best month as far as just overall value of the box that we have ever gotten from Video Games Monthly. And there's some good stuff here. The fact there's 4 sealed games for the most recent last-gen systems, one of which has a PS5 current-gen upgrade available for free in Borderlands 3. Now, I said this is the Police. This is the Police 2. That, along with Rocket Arena, the 2 lower-valued games, Borderlands worth a little bit more. Fade to Silence is actually a $17 game. Very interested to see that. But the heavy hitter, definitely Majora's Mask. Even the Japanese version, this is a $35 game in and of itself, loose in this condition. So definitely a very good return on investment here. And as you can see, we do have Primal Rage playing behind us on our JVC XI. Discoon is providing security to make sure nothing happens to that system there. But overall, a decent lot. Something, though, that I don't know that I'm going to play a whole lot of these titles, quite honestly. And that's where price versus value are two different things. Never been a Borderlands fan. I've never played any of the games. It never appealed to me. This is the Police. Heard about, haven't played it. Rocket Arena, like I say, Battle Royale games, not really my thing. Fade to Silence looks interesting, and I may crack that open and play that. Majora's Mask, I have to admit, I am not a big fan of the N64 Zelda games. To me, they were a little bit too open world, a little bit too cartoony. Hey, listen, got real annoying real quick. And Primal Rage, fighting games like this, they're okay for a couple minutes, but not something I can sink my time into a whole lot, just because there's not a whole lot of meat on the bones, no pun intended. So most of this will probably wind up as trade bait somewhere down the road, but good to know that for what I spent, I got good value, and I'm sure that some of these someone will appreciate. And I hope you're going to appreciate this. We just completed our first giveaway for 1 month free of Video Games Monthly. As of the time of this filming, I actually haven't done the drawing yet, but I will have it by the time this goes live. Keep an eye on your inbox if you did enter our November contest. Now for December, it's going to be twice as nice. We're giving away 2 1-month subscriptions. Thanks to the folks at Video Games Monthly for providing those. I really do appreciate it. Now this box, I paid for this, so this was not a promotional type item here, but they are the ones that are offering the free month for 2 different people to Video Games Monthly. Now, obviously, you have to live within their shipping area, so contiguous lower 48 states have to be here in the U.S. Sorry for the international folks out there. But again, keep an eye on your inbox. For our November drawing, I will be reaching out to you before this video goes live. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions, let me know what you think of this box down below in the comments section. You can also go ahead and email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can send me a message on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions. Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK, and we have just recently launched our new 3D printed store. That's right, we are producing some cool 3D printing stuff for ourselves that we're going to share with the community too. Let me know what you think of the offerings that we have up there. I'm still playing around with pricing. If you think the pricing's too high, let me know. If the pricing is just right, let me know that too. Go ahead, check out our different offerings that we have there, including our made-from-scratch Discoon Famicom Disk System Disc Holder. I actually designed this one myself. I'm pretty proud of how this turned out. It took me 5 or 6 tries to get the measurements right, but once we got everything taken care of with the shrinkage, we are good to go. We even offer a 4-disc holder personalized version of that too. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Now, if you are looking for any other modern or retro gaming accessories, as always, check out CastleManiaGames.com. He carries like those 1-Up cleaning cards you saw me use. He carries the full line of 1-Up cleaning products. Plus, the cool thing over there too, if you use promo code ROCKSOLID10, you can save 10% off of most items on the website, including the 1-Up cleaning cards. And if you like what you see here, if you want to see more, if you want to be kept informed and up to date with everything that we have going on here, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification. That way every time we do upload new content, it keeps you informed and up to date. It also lets YouTube know, hey, this guy's producing some decent stuff. We like it. Other people should see it too. Now, if you do want to see some of our other unboxings that we've done with Video Games Monthly, some other things that we've done as far as cleaning and maintaining our games, those videos are coming up for you right now. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of Rock Solid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.